I will move into the economy because we are, as a world, moving into an economic recession. But before that, the speeches that we heard at the Party Congress seemed to place more of an emphasis on security and stability rather than economic development in itself. And this big word of common prosperity, what do you think of that in terms of an employment-based income which China hopes to reach, and also achieving stability by addressing this growing youth unemployment in China, and we're seeing that mirror elsewhere in the world, but also the increasing need for pensions for China's elders?
China is grappling with the same problems that basically all of the countries of high income or upper middle income are facing right now, which is that there's a lot of inequality. That is probably even rising. Development is very much skill-based, education-based, technology-based. It's leaving people behind. It requires a lot of public policy to make our societies more cohesive. And common prosperity, I think, is the term that China's using for this question. In Western Europe, the term traditionally has been social democracy, which is how do you make a society in which everybody has access to economic standards and basic dignity. And the answer is you need a pretty creative approach to incomes, to public services, to access to healthcare, to education, to infrastructure, to training. China is rapidly aging, like many societies, because life expectancy is increasing, birth rates are very low. So the population's aging. That puts a lot of social stress on also for issues like pensions, loneliness, how to organize societies in a way that meets the needs when the median age is above 50 years, which is what we're going to have in the coming decades. And so these are challenges that are being faced by a lot of the world. If we actually would take a deep breath, recognize that we're all in this together, and discuss this, we'd come up with the more creative approaches, I'm sure. But this is what China's grappling with internally. It will require a larger state, a larger budget to meet many of these social demands. I think that's one of the lessons, especially of the Nordic countries in Europe, which probably better than almost any other place in the world have been grappling with these issues for the last quarter century or more.
Jeffrey Sachs, you're very much associated with your role as an economist, but also with the Sustainable Development Goals. But what people forget is that for many years, you've been a champion and an advocate of good health for everybody. Do you think that public health and the decisions made at policy level in China is going to reshape the China ahead when you put that together with what was the outcome at the Party Congress, with the economy as it is, and also with the context of a changing world around it?
Generally, one of the main themes is we need more global cooperation. We need to strengthen the role of the World Health Organization. We need to be learning best practices from each other. And more generally, when China's looking for the common prosperity, and when we use a slightly different language in the United States to say we have inequality that's much too high and we need social justice and so forth, it means we're grappling with something very similar, and we should be brainstorming together on this. One of the things that I really liked of President Xi's statement, by the way, and it's a theme I've been promoting myself, is he said ancient wisdom, Confucian wisdom, ancient traditions, cultural heritage can play a very big role in helping to confront current challenges. And I'm hosting a meeting next year in Greece of Chinese and Western scholars exactly on how Confucian thought and Aristotle's thought and other ancient wisdom can really help us to confront current challenges, because our cultural roots are also extremely important. And this was one of the themes that President Xi emphasized, and I completely agree with it.